So, welcome to another edition of the Train Shed. Bit of a special edition this time. As you can see from the video, we're going to have a look at a recent eBay purchase I made. As you're aware, I'm still waiting for my copy deck glue to be delivered, so can't do any track laying at the moment. So while we're waiting, I thought I'd do a short video on this recent purchase. This is a Hornby B12. It's 460 and cost me the princely sum of £26 and a penny. It is DCC fitted according to the listing, and the seller listed it as he was unable to test whether it was working or not. So I thought I'd take a bit of a punt for £26. I thought, why not? On first inspection, it's been painted by somebody, and not particularly well, as you can see from the tender at the back where it's been painted over. Here's some of the numbers as well have been blotched over as it's been painted, so it's not in particularly fantastic condition paint wise, but the body itself and its detailing isn't too bad. I mean, it's a Hornby, so the detailing isn't fantastic in general, but overall it's not too bad. So I'm optimistic that it will work, because I'm an optimist anyway, but we'll soon find out. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to hook it up to my DCC system, and I'm going to see if we can get it moving. So bear with me 1 second while I hook it all up. So I'm going to spare you the pain of having to watch me set this Loco up in JMRI. Again, as discussed in previous videos, we will have a whole section of videos on my DCC control and how it works and how to set it all up, but now is not the time for that. So, needless to say, the Loco is set up in JMRI. JMRI does an auto decoder detection, and it has detected the Loco as a Hornby locomotive with a Hornby decoder installed. So that's good news. So at least we know there's a DCC chip installed. So what I'm going to do now, and you can't see me doing this, but trust me, this is what I'm doing. I'm going to increase the speed slightly on the slider, and we'll see if we get any movement from the Loco. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we did. So we got a small jolt backwards and then a stop. Now that could be as much to do with my poor quality test track as anything else. So let's flip forward and go 50% forward. And let's see what we get. Nothing at the moment. Let's just give it a little nudge. Anything? There we nearly. It's thinking about it. There we go, and stop. Okay, so that's good news. So we have some movement in it. It's not particularly good. It clearly needs some work. I'll just maneuver it back into the middle of the screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it back to that point again. I'm going to take the tender off, because the tender is not connected to the Loco electronically, so we know that's not providing any power, so we don't need that for this test. So we'll bring the control panel back up. We'll move it to about 25%. We'll see if we can get any movement. We had a little bit there, didn't we? Again, let's just give it a gentle nudge. I can see the wheels wanting to turn on their own. Is it going to go? Is it going to go? It's thinking about it. It's thinking about it. There it goes, there it goes. It's thinking about it. It's still thinking about it. Okay, so I think the issue here is that this Loco has not been ran for that long that it's probably seized up inside. It needs some freeing off. So what I'm going to attempt to do is I'm going to attempt to take the cover off and have a look inside and see if we can figure out what the problem is. Okay, so it didn't take a great deal more of work. It only took one tiny screw, little thing, just in the back of the Loco. Whip that out, and the innards, shall we say, just fell off. It looks as though someone has botched, shall we say. They've botched a decoder in there, although it does look like it sits in there, so it's not a bad job. It looks like it's been soldered on. There's obviously no sound in this Loco. It's just engine only. As you can see there, That's where the decoder's been soldered on, and the spare wires are obviously bundled up in there. So I'm not going to touch that. But I suspect that the problem is the contacts from the wheels. The wheels are probably picking up enough electrical current, but I don't think they're passing it on to into the motor. So I'm going to give those electrical contacts a clean, and then we'll put the Loco back on the rails and we'll have another look. So just as I was about to begin cleaning the electrical pickups on this Loco, I realised I've never done this before. I don't really know what I'm doing. I don't even really know what to use. So a quick visit to our old friend Google revealed that the best thing to do, first and foremost, is to attempt to run the Loco itself without using the wheels as electrical contacts. So connecting a couple of wires to my DCC system and then touching the wires onto the contacts like so, we get some very gentle movement, nice and smooth, which is good news, which means the motor is in good condition. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my throttle. I'm going to increase the speed up to about 75%. I'm going to do the same thing again, and this time hopefully we should see quite a distinct increase in speed, he says optimistically. Let's get my wires the right way around. Apologies. Maybe my contacts are not that good. No, I've actually lost power to the DCC system. So, back a second. There we go. Turn that back on. That would help, wouldn't it? So, now let's give it another belt. There we go. Still fairly sedate. And I've just touched the two DCC wires together and shorted the system. It's now turned off, so I'll just go back and turn it back on. There we go. We'll go in reverse this time. We'll go 50% in reverse. And there we go. And I think I've just shorted the system again. But anyway, you get the point. So we know the electrical contacts on the motor itself are good. They're working. So what I shall now do is I shall now clean the wheels, and I shall use cotton wool buds and some isopropyl alcohol. And I shall be back in a moment and we'll see how we're getting along. Okay, so where did we get to? So I cleaned the contacts and I cleaned the wheels as best I could, and then I attached the DCC line straight to the motor while it was still attached to the wheels, and very sluggish, very slow, and in some instances would even turn. So I've gone a step further and I've taken the actual motor out of the gubbins of the engine itself. So now we're going to see if we can get the motor to turn on its own. So let's have a look. Yes, we don't seem to have any issues whatsoever with the motor. Motor seems to run fine. Okay, that's good. So let's throw it into reverse. Let's have a look. Not quite so happy in reverse, it seems. Or forward, not even really. Doesn't seem too bad. Nope. It's shorting in reverse, but that could be as much to do with my dodgy setup as anything else. It does seem to run quite happily, and then it shorts. Yep, seems to be running quite happily now, and then it's shorted again. That doesn't want to work at all. Yep, running along quite merrily. Yep, quite happy with that. I'm just going to switch it again to forward. Shorted again due to my suspect setup, I have no doubt, or at least I hope. Yep, shorted again. I think this Loco would benefit from running and running and running and running and running. I bet this motor hasn't been run like this for years. Okay, I'm happy with that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to give the rest of this a good clean, because inside there is very greasy. Not sure what that stuff is in there, but it's not doing the engine any good whatsoever. So I'm going to give that a good clean out. I'm going to clean the inside of the wheels again, where the contacts underneath will touch to get the electrical current from the track, and then I'll be back with you in a second when I've done that. Okay, so motor back on. Let's see if we can get it to run any better. Try not to short it out. Try not to block your view. Just make sure everyone can see. Okay, so red wires come off. Thinking about it. Really thinking about it. Let me give it a bit more juice. Up to 75%. Doesn't seem to want to know. Let's thread the other way. It wants to go. There we go. Let's get that decoder out of the way. That's where I'll help him. Come on, old girl. There we go. Oh, shorted. Try again. Shorted again. Come on. Nope, shorted again. Okay. Struggling a bit then at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the case back on. I'm going to put it back together. I'm going to see if the track pickups work any better since I've cleaned them. At least we can give that a try. Back in a sec. Okay, so just before I press film, I thought I'd give it a quick go just to see what happened, and well, amazingly, that happened, which is unexpected. And then even in reverse. So I'm baffled. I'm pleased, but baffled. So it appears to be working. It appears to be working quite well. I think crawls on quite a slow pace. Then comes to a stop. Put it in reverse. Crawls back. I mean, it's not exactly, you know, smooth, but it's working. And I think it's as much to do again with my poor quality test track as anything else. So, the upshot of it is, it appears as though we have a working DDC Loco. I think it needs some work, it needs to be run in. It's clearly not in perfect working order, but it's working, and that's the main thing. So it's something to work on. So I think for this video, we'll wrap it up there. I hope it's been interesting. It's certainly been interesting for me. It's the first time I've taken one apart and cleaned one inside. And I think we've made some progress. It seems to be working now, which is good news. Something to work with. And for £26 and a penny, I think that's quite a bargain for a starter Loco. It will need painting at some stage, as we said earlier on, but that's a project for a later date. And of course, there'll be a video on that. May even try some airbrushing, who knows. So what's left to do is to say thanks again for watching. Please like and subscribe. Stay safe and take care for now. Bye bye.